Hello everyone, welcome to GNU according to CD, that is Government of National Unity. So guys, I want to make something very clear. Seemingly, I may be misunderstood in my assertions about some African Americans who have been attacking the people of South Africa simply because they are ignorant about South Africa. They obviously taking their own fight and their own plight that is going on in the United States, and then they are trying to impose that upon us. I want to make this very clear. I know for a fact that there are African Americans and also other Americans as well, but I'm just going to speak about African Americans that I know for a fact they know very well what is going on in South Africa, what has been going on in South Africa, and they've done their research about South Africa. Others have come to South Africa simply because of what they've researched and known and came to experience and discovered that our histories are similar. Them with Jim Crow, with us, with apartheid, etc., and so on. Those African Americans, I'm not talking about them. Those that are coming to South Africa, those I have been in communication with and build friendships and relationships with. You are excluded from what I had said in my other video when that dreaded man, who is not even an African American, that guy is a Nigerian who left his village somewhere in Nigeria and flew over to the United States. That is why he has that accent, because we can count. I mean, seriously. So, no. Do not misunderstand what I was saying. I am speaking specifically to African Americans that have come to attack us and using racial commentary, because South Africa, we are about the Rainbow Nation, our identity. We're not about race. And then they were making this whole Miss South Africa thing, as well as Chidimma situation, as a black, white, colored Indian situation when we don't even think along those lines in South Africa. And I know African Americans who have researched us, came here, that I've talked to, they know this for a fact. And then I have seen our commentaries towards each other, our interactions, and when they are here, and the appreciation that we have for each other. My mindset is not changed in that form. But my mindset is I know I've always known about this. And this is something that I always talk to my African Americans that I hear. You can ask them if you want to about how come some African Americans think that South Africa is part of this country called Africa when it is actually part of a continent? I know not all African Americans are ignorant. I know this for a fact. So please don't misunderstand me when I am saying something and then you get disappointed because you misunderstood what I was trying to say. And I think as well, so that we also don't get emotional when we hear things are being said elsewhere. If you know yourself, exclude yourself. If you know that, listen, this guy, I'm not what he's saying, you are absolutely correct. Just like everything that is being said about us, there are some horrific things that have been said about us. And I don't have to go into the comment section of this brother, the one with dreadlocks and sunglasses, and explain myself to him. I excluded myself from that. I was like, okay, if that's how you think, cool. I don't know, you don't know me, and I keep it moving. I just made a video to show that hey, there is this guy who is saying this about us. Take it if you take it if you take it, leave it you will leave it. And then South Africans said, screw him, because that's not who we are. So please don't misunderstand me when I said what I said. I don't include all African Americans. I know that for a fact, not all African Americans are like those African Americans that think that they need to come and impose themselves onto South Africans. That is not going to happen. And they're never going to win. And many South Africans have told them that you are not going to win. Solve your own issue before you can come over and try and tell us what to do. And I know those African Americans that know South Africa, they are not creating videos bashing us about Chidimma and all this sort of stuff. And it's very interesting also that if maybe a good African American that knows about South Africa and our history and who we are, is what do you call it, omitting the fact that because I'm being harsh towards Chidimma and everything else that has taken place thus far, and not thinking about a black woman and her children, that Chidimma's mother stole her, what do you call this, her identity document and making her life a misery because in South Africa, without your ID, you are nothing. You non-existent. You cannot be anything in our society. Your child can't go to school. Your child can't find a job. Your child cannot do anything. But if this is what I am being, what do you call this, looked at as, oh, Clancis, you are no longer the Clancis I know, then clearly you misunderstand who I am as well, because I do stand for the truth. I've always stood for the truth. If a crime was committed against a fellow South African, I'm not going to keep quiet. Trust me when I tell you that. We leave no man behind. We leave no woman behind, especially when it comes to people of my skin color. I will never do that. And if accountability is extremely important, and I will hold anybody accountable. I will hold anybody accountable. That includes Chidima and her family, because there is no way she didn't know that she's not a South African citizen. Because if you looked at her social media platforms, the girl did not celebrate South Africa at all. She doesn't speak even one South African language. And language in South Africa is extremely important to us. Whether you speak Afrikaans, or you speak English, or you speak Zulu, or you speak Xhosa, or you speak Pedi or Venda, we take that very, very, very seriously. And secondly, if somebody is disappointed at me because a white lady is a Miss South Africa, I mean, go to Miss South Africa website and check out all the Miss South Africas that we've had since 1993. Please do so. That's part of the research. When I say, when you want to come to South Africa, do your research so you know what you are getting yourself into. So now you are looking at a white girl and you're everybody say she's French. No, she's South African. That's a South African girl. Leroux, it is a widely known South African surname. So if maybe that's the sin that I have to carry and be crucified for, so be it. But I am not going to sugarcoat anything. I am who I am, and I will always stand with my people, as diverse as we are. Yes, there are those evil ones. There's nothing I can do about them except to say, hey, listen, they get themselves exposed, and we know how to solve our own issues when it comes to them. So, if that's the issue, then I'm sorry. Maybe we shouldn't even be friends at all. At all. But I will never change the person who I am, my mindset and everything. And if maybe you are being upset by the fact that Pan Africanism, I am saying it is working against South Africans, then I am sorry. I cannot accept a concept that is working against me, suppressing me, making sure that I do not become anybody in my own country. I'm so I'm really, really sorry that you are taking this concept very seriously and ideologically or ideally think that it is for everybody. Come again, go and do your research. See how this Pan Africanism it is fucking up our country right now. So I'm not gonna be apologetic for saying, listen, let everybody fix their shit. And then after fixing their shit, then we can sit down on a round table and then discuss Pan-Africanism. Because right now, seemingly every African country wants to come and unite here in South Africa. In fact, they come here with the guise of Pan Africanism, only to come here to sell drugs, to steal our kids, turn them into prostitutes, and I must do what? Turn a blind eye because it's Pan Africanism? I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that. I really am not gonna do that. And I'm going to go to my other channel and explain this very thing that I'm saying here. Because clearly people are discovering this channel and they recognize who I am. And then suddenly you're thinking, oh, on the other side is being a hypocrite. No, I am still who I am. And I'm going to make it clear that when I speak in the future and you do not find yourself in what I'm saying, then exclude yourself. Tell yourself, I know who I am, and then keep it moving. Don't get all sensitive on me on something that you are misunderstanding. I am so sorry. I will tell you straight on the face. That's how South Africans do things. We will tell you straight on your face. We are not afraid of anything or anybody for that matter. That is who we are. That's the when we speak of a South African, this is what we are talking about. So please, in future, when you are hearing something, either go back and listen again and listen with understanding. And then you will see or you will hear that, oh, okay, here I'm excluded. Exclude yourself. Please do not misunderstand me. Do not misunderstand me. And if anything and everything that has transpired in the last 3.5 weeks has changed your mind about South Africa, hey, cool. There's nothing we can do to change your mind. You've taken a decision. That's your decision. Live with it. But one thing for sure, South Africa will remain the way it is. And us inside, we will make the changes we want to see. Whether you are with us or against us, or you're calling us names and you have changed your mentality about, that's just how it is. And there's nothing we can do about it to try and win you back. In fact, we've never tried to win anybody. Always been minding our own business until the spotlight started shining on us. And when the spotlight shone on us, it started showing things that you guys were not aware of. Yes, those things exist. Again, I will challenge you to go to Miss South Africa website, see all the winners since 1993, and then come back and tell me we are worshiping and we are no, do not be like those people. Don't be like them. Because this is exactly what I'm trying to say about this Pan-Africanism. It's trying to divide a nation that has taken a decision of unity. What is wrong with that? So please don't misunderstand me. If you do, there's nothing I can do. Honestly speaking, there's nothing I can do. I cannot change who I am and I cannot change what I believe in. I believe in South Africa. I believe in the people of South Africa. They are the only people I know and they are the only people I love more than anything in this world. Yes, in our diversity and differences and all the flaws that we have, it is who we are. Can the world please respect that? If you interpret it any way you want to, fine. That is your interpretation. It's not ours. We know who we are. All we want is our country back and everybody that is visiting to follow the rule of law. Seemingly, people seem to forget that part. They want only focusing on, forget the crime that Chidimma's father and mother had committed. Let's focus on the fact that she's black. No, we don't talk about black, white, all that stuff in South Africa. We talk of South Africans. Whether it's white, black, Indian, colored, all that stuff is stuff that we hearing for the first time as we open our country and our country gets discovered by people. Race seems to be the top of the lip of all the people that keep coming here or discovering South Africa. And yet we don't talk like that. We don't talk like that. We talk like that when we are facing each other as siblings inside the country. But we don't see things the way other people see things because of their own experiences. I hope I'm being clear. I hold no negativity towards you. Absolutely none. But the internet has also shown us that there are ignorant people that want to impose themselves onto us. And it's not going to work. It's not. And that doesn't mean I've changed. I've not changed. Nothing has changed about me. So, anyways, that is all that I wanted to say. I love y'all, but my love for you, it does not also mean you must come and change me, change my mindset, change the South Africanness that I am. It's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. I've got African American friends here. They're no longer just friends, but they're my brothers and sisters. And nobody can change that from me or take it away from me. Nobody. And I don't include them because I know for a fact they don't think like the other ones. In most cases, the young boys and girls that are throwing shit at South Africa. Why? Because they haven't done their research and probably they have not experienced the type of racism that the older African American group has felt before or experienced in the US. For them, it's about color. And that is why now they are disappointed that South Africa replaced a black. No, we did not replace anybody. Chidimma's mother committed a crime. And therefore, we cannot have somebody that is not a South African citizen, but because her mother stole the identity of another woman. And now this woman has suffered for years, for 2 decades, and nobody wants to talk about that. Let's talk about Chidimma being black. No, we don't talk like that. That's not our language. So please don't impose this on us. If this whole thing is about Chidimma being black and Mia Leroux being white, no, screw that. We support Mia 100%, all the way till she is done with her reign as Miss South Africa. Until we get the next Miss South Africa, we're going to support. We've supported all the Miss South Africas in the past and nobody, because the spotlight was not on us. And we were enjoying, we celebrated them, we supported them. They won Miss Universe how many times already? 3 times. In fact, 4 times since 1978. So why now? Because you discovered us, suddenly we have to conform to your what do you call the belief systems about race? No, no, it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. So I thought let me create this video to clear the air that I do not mean every African American. I know that for a fact. Not every African American is like those on the internet busy bashing at South Africans. If you know yourself, I'm not talking about you. Other than that, thank you for listening.